Hi everyone, welcome to this edition of the Just Teens television program. I'm Stacy Spencer, the executive producer and host of Teen Time Productions. You know what? We are right here in the center of some of the most beautiful Gulf Coast beaches in all of the world, and we are on the property of Gulf Coast Church and the House of Prayer for All Nations. If you're ever in this part of the country, we invite you to come by, check out this beautiful place of serenity and prayer. Go online and just check us out at the House of Prayer for All Nations at www.gulfcoastchurch.org. Pastor Randy Morris is the senior pastor. You know, it has been said across the country that between the ages of 12 and 19 years old for African American males, Hispanic males, that most of them grace the corridors of maximum security prisons all around the world. Well, in the state of Florida alone, we are number 7 in the nation with the highest rate of juvenile delinquency in the country. You know, when I decided to put this show together and I was thinking about how to send the most powerful, positive, life-transforming message ever, I found out about a mystery motivator by the name of Anthony Walker. Well, I tell you what, many people have asked, who is this person? Where did he come from? You know what? I said, that's my sentiments exactly. Well, on this set, before we go into the rest of the program, we want to invite Anthony to tell you a little bit about his background, his story, and how he became this prisoner to poet. Anthony, welcome. You have a message that's just not geared toward teens, but you have a message that is powerful for everyone in the life of a teenager, from law enforcement to clergy to parents to guardians, guardian ad litems. You have something to say. So tell us about this life that started out good and then all of a sudden went bad and then it's getting good again.
Well, my name is Anthony Walker. I was born in Orangeburg, South Carolina. I grew up in the streets of Brooklyn, New York. I left Orangeburg at the age of 5. I started public school in Brooklyn, and then I started becoming a problem child. You know, I started disrespecting the teachers. I didn't want to listen to anything nobody had to say. I started smoking marijuana at an early age. I started playing with pills. I started doing things that was unordinary for a 7 to 8 year old kid. And then I got kicked out of public school, you know, in the state of New York, every public school. I had a bad attitude. I didn't want to listen. I didn't care. I didn't care about nothing or nobody. I didn't even care about myself, let alone anybody else around me. So the state of New York said, you know what, Mrs. Walker, we're going to have to put in one place and one place only, a detention school, all boys school, where you want to fight, the teachers got a right to hit your back. I had no guidance. I had no self-direction of who I was, where I wanted to go, how I was going to get there. So I lost myself. So I started doing things to make myself feel better. I started seeking attention, and I started seeking it whichever way I could find it. So I started stealing. Started stealing with hubcaps, small little things. That wasn't big enough. Started stealing car radios. I wanted to be down. I wanted to be like the coolest dope boy on the block. Then at the age of 14, I started selling drugs. I wanted to be like, you know, Quarterfield, some of the big known dope boys that was in Brooklyn, you know. I see them with the big Mercedes Benz, I see them with the big diamond rings, the nice gold chains, you know. But I didn't know it was a price to pay behind all that. So I wanted to mimic them, I wanted to be like them, I wanted to be better. So I adapted the name Tony Rome, you know, this illustrious 14-year-old kid that had, you know, a crew of 25 other kids following him, selling marijuana, selling crack, selling whatever it was to make $1. And then I became a fearful person, whereas I didn't care about life itself.
So your name was Tony
Rome.
Rome, like do as the Romans do?
Do as the Romans do. At the age of 14, I got my first pistol, gun. I started shooting for fun. I started shooting at people. I didn't care. And then from that point on, I got my first armed robbery charge at the age of 17. I robbed a Supreme Court judge. All of a sudden, there's cop cars everywhere. SWAT, helicopters, everywhere. I jump on a truck. I threw my gun in this man's food cart. The doors open up, 15 guns in my face. They drug me out, put me on the ground, put my hand behind my back. Is that him, Your Honor? Yes, it is. Take him straight to Rikers Island. First time I ever experienced being locked up, where you had to fight for everything. Your manhood, you had to fight for your food, you had to fight just to lay down to be able to wake up the next day. So then I got sentenced to 1.5 to 4.5 years in prison. And from that point, I went to New York State Department of Corrections at 17.5 years old. They gave me 1.5 to 4.5 years in prison. Okay, I got my time. I thought it was still a game. I went up the road. As I went up this road, I came to this big prison called Elmira Correction Facility. Elmira Correction Facility, where they gave you numbers. You no longer become a name. You are now a number. You have no rights. You have no freedom. You do what you're told, when you're told, how you're told, and you don't talk back. I thought it was a game. So as this lieutenant was walking and telling all these inmates with these numbers, this is what I'm laughing, I'm giggling, it's a game. I got slapped down to the ground. Oh, I thought that was funny too. But then they put me in a hole for 60 days, 23 hours a day, nothing to eat but water and bread. Oh, then it didn't become funny, it became a reality. So they got me out that hole. They took me to my cell. It was a tall cell all the way in the back of C Block, cell 7255. You'll never forget that.